for her to then say, oh, for me to prove that this is a real relationship, who said that? In them damn dogs. In my Portia Williams voice. Who said that? Nobody said nothing about your relationship being real or if he's a real man in your life. Then hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, being Simone Iman. I am Simone, and today we are going to do a television show review on Real Housewives of Potomac season 5 episode 15. If you're new here, please be sure to hit that like or subscribe button. I'm going to guarantee that it is worth it for you guys. Usually around here, I always say this is like my digital diary. I talk about a little bit of anything that interests me, from product reviews to television show reviews to hauls and anything in between. Today, like I said, we're going to talk about Potomac. This is episode 15, and this is the episode where they go on their girls trip that everybody is like, oh my god, I can't believe Ashley didn't invite Monique. It's called production, okay? She could go. This is a liability at this point. And plus the girls are like, you know, team anti-Monique right now, and nobody's wanting to film with her or go anywhere with her or do anything with her except for Ashley and Karen, which at Karen specifically, but Ashley, Karen, and Monique are carrying the season on their backs, honey. They are doing the Lord's work because everybody else is flat and boring. The beginning of the episode starts with all the women preparing to leave for the trip, and then we get into a scene with Karen and Monique, and they go have breakfast. I live for a breakfast date with a girlfriend. I ain't never been on one, but if I had a girlfriend to go to breakfast with, I would love doing that. Karen tells Monique about the trip, and you know, they can't break the fourth wall. I'm not convinced that Monique doesn't know about the trip. These are international trips. These are not trips that just spawned on you. Like, they may not know the actual location of the trip and where they're going, but they know it's happening. They know around what time, because they have to prepare their families and stuff. So Monique knows, but you know, and honestly, and I said this before, I don't know if I said it in my actual review or if I thought it, but Monique can go on her own trips. It's Gizelle and Robyn and Candace that don't travel outside of Bravo sponsored trips, if you ask me, because I follow them on social media and they be in Washington DC. Monique asked about pressing charges, and Karen was honest from what I gather. You know, you can never tell with editing, but it seemed like Karen was like, girl, I can't fight, so if somebody put their hands on me, yes, I'm pressing charges. And that's all she did. She didn't say, Candace, you should go press charges on Monique. She said, if it happened to me, I would probably press charges on the person. That's it, that's all. And either you can respect it or check it. It's her truth. She, you know, and you have to always watch the context in which things are brought back to you from other people. Because Ashley kind of spread the news in a not so, you know, correct way as far as context is concerned. She didn't tell her to go file charges. She said, if it happened to me, I will file charges. It's a matter of semantics, but aren't they always? I think Monique is very mature, and this is why they always, you know, their staple read for Candace is she's a child, because Monique is able to handle it. You can be her friend and support her, and be my friend and support me. I get it. Like, these two things can exist in one space, and asking her to choose either side is very inappropriate, especially when this shit didn't have nothing to do with her, and she wasn't stoking the fire. Like, if it was Gizelle or Ashley even, you know, because they tend to stoke the fire, then I would see, okay, you gotta pick a side. But with Karen didn't even want y'all to be in this position in the first damn place, okay? Then Monique goes on to tell Karen, because they're talking about, you know, Karen's relationship with Candace, and Monique is just like, watch her, because she and I were what, bruised but not broken, whatever Karen said last year, and now I got a whole case, so tread lightly. Then the scenes flip, and we go to Ashley and Michael, and Ashley's preparing to leave Dean with Michael and the nanny. She tells, you know, without consequence, she tells Michael, if you're feeling like you're about to make a poor decision, please call me and we'll see. Like, that's a novel idea. It's novel to say that, but is that likely to happen? Maybe. Maybe it is for them. You know, there are a lot of unconventional things in the Darby marriage. Ashley says that she didn't tell Monique about the trip as she's describing all things going on for the trip to Michael, because she didn't want her to feel bad or to hurt her feelings, but Karen went and indulged her instead. And I think, you know, like, she's dead on. Like, you don't want to be like, hey girl, look where we going, and rubbing it in her face. But at the same time, like, Monique knew this was happening. Monique knew that she wasn't going to be able to go on the trip. So it's not like, you know, even if she felt bad, did she really feel bad? And does Monique really want to be around these women, especially out of the country? Probably not. So don't worry about Monique's feelings, y'all. Monique is good. All Monique worried about at that point in time, is fighting their case, okay? Counter charges. Yeah, bitch, you provoked me. And Candace did put her hands on Monique. She ain't hit her, but she definitely invaded her personal space. So, and that's on camera. That's Fetty facts. Ashley says that in her interview, Monique had asked her to write a statement about what occurred with her and Candace last year with the butter knife situation. Sorry, dogs. And we'll go back into that later on, I think, in the episode, because Ashley brings it back up again. But this definitely, you know, first of all, it's the truth. That's the first thing. This actually happened on camera, and Candace is aggressive. And if Candace didn't want to be seen as aggressive, then Candace should not be acting aggressively, which we've seen in the half-season trailer that Candace is going to again tell somebody she wish they fucking would, or something like that, put their hands on her. Like, Candace gotta pick it. Either you meek and mild and traumatized, or you a big bad girl. Like, you ready, you about that life. Like they said, Karen is humping the fence. No, Candace is humping the fence. She needs to pick which one she is. Either she's civil and she is refined and classy based, or she a ratchet you know, boxing machine. She gotta pick one. She said specifically, Ashley, that she, you know, is going to support Monique because Monique supported her and Michael last year when Michael ass grabbed. Now, they played a B-roll. I don't know if it's in this scene or another one, where they asked Monique about the footage, Monique and Chris, and Monique says they didn't have cameras in their basement. I don't believe that. I don't believe there is a piece of property on the Samuels estate that does not have cameras. I believe that they chose not to further embarrass the Darbys by releasing footage and doing all of that. Like, if y'all have proof of it, y'all keep that shit over there. Don't ask me and my husband to be a part of this whole, you know, suing and embarrassing this woman and this man. Like, leave me out of it. Now, did she owe Ashley that? Absolutely not, because Ashley said she was drunk driving. But is it a great thing that she did for Ashley and Michael? Absolutely. And it, you know, quid pro quo. You rub my back, or you scratch my back and I scratch yours. Like, that's the name of the game. And I feel like that's pretty much what Ashley and Monique have going on here. And am I mad at it? Absolutely not. Somebody got to stand up for Monique besides Monique, you know, in this situation. Y'all, I'm feeling the rap. But somebody, you know, because both of them were engaged, and y'all, I'm sick and tired of talking about this hair pulling match because it wasn't a fight. But because they were both a part of what led up to it, they both have a responsibility in what happened, and the women around them have responsibility in what happened. Monique shouldn't just have to have her back against the wall and fight off everybody. Like, no, I'm not with that. She then says that Monique, she told Monique about her and Michael's threesomes, and Monique deserves an Oscar for the surprise that how surprised she acted at the winery when Ashley said that. She was like, what? Like, she had never heard that before. I was convinced, because I think she even followed her what up with a question. Like, she really played the role. That's what a good girlfriend is supposed to do. You go, Monique. And then it's travel day. That blurry ass phone on that camera, who iPhone 7 was that? Okay. And then somebody's messy ass said Wendy next to Karen, which is fine because the grind dom is grind dom, honey. She ain't petty and she don't really care. I had to read. I'm gonna keep it because it was culturally insensitive. Robyn was finally on time and didn't miss this flight. But see, this is the thing. Robyn ain't got no coins to pay the difference. Okay, if she missed this flight. And Bravo is like, Robyn, we can't keep doing that. And that's just really unprofessional of Robyn. Always being late enough to miss international flights. Like, no ma'am, who do you think you are? This is not keeping up with the Kardashians, baby. This budget is not multi-millions. You need to get it together. I think Karen has the most off-the-cuff funny moments. I'm just loving the balance that she's offering. The accountability, the maturity, the funniness. Like when she bumped her head and she damn near passed out. That was so funny. And she's giving funny this season. Like when she said she had to go watch her coochie. Or when she got drunk on camera. But we're going to talk about that. Is that what? Okay, we got a couple more things to talk about before we talk about Karen drinking milk. The women arrived to the hotel and Ashley already messing up their language. Girl, don't try to speak Portuguese. Portuguese is difficult. Portuguese is similar to Spanish, but it also is not. And it's a European language. So, yeah. Let them tell you. Don't guess. The rooms are absolutely beautiful. And then I was like, why is Candace eating this lipstick? But come to find out, it's edible. The women go have dinner and then Karen is ordering milk. So this is what I think. I think that since Wendy went back and carried the bone to Gizelle about what she said when she was drunk, the grind dom was like, no ma'am, never again. I'm not getting drunk with y'all no more. Because when I'm drunk, my guards come down. And y'all use the shit that I tell y'all against me as gossip. So no, that bitch was drinking milk. She was like, I'm gonna stay sober one way or the other. And maybe she do have ulcers, but she also wants to be sober. Then the women started talking and Wendy, look, in the beginning of the season I was like, y'all can't be threatened by this woman degrees as far as like watchers, because I'm in a couple Facebook groups. But Wendy, it really is tiring. Like, this shit is tiresome. Like, you need to let it go. We understand you're educated. She literally said she put the button. She fastened the conversation. Let it go. And then they're just the queens of taking shit out of context. First of all, Karen never said anything negative about Wendy having all of these degrees. Gizelle did. She gets it. She got it. You good. Move on. Ashley rolled her eyes so hard when Wendy said degrees. Like, that needs to be the new drinking game alert on Watch What Happens Live. Andy, degrees. Jesus. I did enjoy Wendy's story about how she got her name. Y'all, that is ridiculous, but it's cute too. Her daddy named her after the Wendy's because he made manager when he came here as an immigrant. That was so special. She's like, after they talk about it, she's like, she put the button on it, she fastened it. Well, if you put the button on it and you fastened it, Karen Huger, the grand dam, hung that bitch right on up, okay? Because every time you brought that shit up, she had a valid point that got you all the way together. Common sense, honey. She don't need to have a college degree to go toe-to-toe with you, baby. She got common sense, and that is her saving grace. Then they start talking about Gizelle's. Karen's assessment of Gizelle is always spot on. You can tell they've known each other the longest. Because Karen, it's just an easy read. She knows exactly what's going on with Gizelle. She wants to focus on everybody else's drama. Like she said, Ashley is going through the most with her significant other. Why do we keep questioning her at the table in front of all the ladies about what's going on with her and her husband? And she's literally going through the most right now. Like, what do you get out of that, Gizelle? I think that her storyline is to keep up messing everybody else's storyline, because one thing that they have not touched on that I really want to know is what happened to Every Hue. Do you remember when Karen was in like the beginning stages of developing her fragrance and You know, Gizelle was all at the convention centers, and Every Hue was in Target, and Erica Lyles was helping her do this and this and this. Where is Every Hue? I don't shop at Target, so I don't know. Is Every Hue in the Targets? Because one thing I know is Gizelle is not talking about Every Hue. None of the women are. And that needs to be one of the cards that Karen pulls out on her if she say anything else about her La Dame fragrance. Where is Every Hue? We want to know, where's your scooter? Where is your scooter? Actually did discuss this Michael with the women, and I like what Robyn told her, like, you gotta stop, you know, blaming yourself for his inadequacy. Like, it has nothing to do with you, with the baby. He is in control of himself, his hormones, his pants, his little ping, all of that. So none of this is anything about you having sex drive, having sex with him. You don't have to have sex to live. He'll be alright until you ready. And then your asshole torn. Like, how insensitive. Come on, Michael. Then the women start. Karen narrows in on Gizelle, and the dagger to the heart was, you're always alone. Is he not proud of you? All real questions. Where is this man? Where is your scooter, Gizelle? And she is immediately defensive with her horrible outfit. That she should have looked at some styling videos on YouTube for that. I'm guessing it's the Gucci headband with the rhinestones on it. That was not the way to wear it. She should have had her hair down with some big fluffy waves, some wand curls or something brushed out, or even bone straight, and had it like a athletic headband, low around the ears, around the forehead. She was wearing that bitch like she was at a ski resort. Like, the woman has no sense of style. I don't care how many labels she got on, she can't do shit with them, okay? And like I said, Gizelle gets immediately defensive. And in my notes, I say, you know, you gotta watch what people say when they in the hot seat, right? So Gizelle's rebut when she speaks back with Karen, she's like, you know, that's what you need. Something. I don't have to prove that this is a real man in my life. Insinuating that her relationship wasn't real, or that's what Karen was accusing her of. Never once did Karen say their relationship wasn't real. Now, I believe that Karen believes that, just like the rest of us. But the way that she presented her concern for Gizelle was not about her relationship being real or not. It was about the fact that Jamal does not support her, that he is not here in the trenches with her, as everyone else's husband is, or significant other. No, they all married except for Robyn. And so, you know, that's a very valid point. But for her to then say, oh, for me to prove that this is a real relationship, who said that? In them damn dogs. In my Portia Williams voice, who said that? Nobody said nothing about your relationship being real, or if he's a real man in your life. Then she says, I have no problem with Juan buying Robyn a ring. Who said that? Who said that? We didn't ask you about that. Deflecting. You know, I've been watching Girlfriends, and there is I think it's season 2 or 3. You know, Tony marries the little short Dr. Todd. And Joan and Ellis are going through it. And Ellis accuses her of being jealous of Joan at Joan's like cake. Ellis accuses Joan of being jealous of Tony at the cake tasting. And it comes out in the wash. Tony is jealous of her friend for getting married, and she's not married. Metaphorically speaking, an analogy sense, these are the same scenarios. Like, you're jealous. Because we didn't ask you that. Nobody said nothing about Juan Dixon or Robyn Dixon for that matter. I don't have a problem with him buying her a ring. Who said that? Anyway, I just thought that was, you know, I'm in belief that this whole thing between Robyn and Gizelle is, you know, she's an abusive friend. She's very much a Kenya Moore to a Cynthia Bailey. Like, I'm disguising this friendship as the best friendship in the world, but really I'm a shady hater to you. That's what it's giving. Robyn finally found her voice, baby. She like, is it the mermaid? Which of the Disney princesses lost their voice? she finally has some, damn, this earring. She finally has something to say about Gizelle's poor behavior. Especially as it, you know, involves relationships and other women's relationships, and how hard she is on everybody else about their relationship, but hers is untouchable. And Robyn really even doesn't go in on that. She's just like, you know, if you're so proud of your man and you love your man, where is your man, honey? And we see in her interview that Gizelle did not like that. In that ratty ass ponytail. Jesus, Gizelle. I really wish, like, with editing we didn't get the end, like the conclusion of their conversation, but I really would love to see, excuse me, how they moved on from one thing to the other. And then dinner is over and Ashley goes back to her room and she calling Michael, baby, and Michael is not answering. First of all, Michael not gonna answer that FaceTime, especially if he's not at home, because then you're gonna see where I'm at. So I was not surprised when he didn't answer the FaceTime. And then honestly, like, Ashley's gonna say this later that she overreacted, but she did. She was like, he was like, well, I said I was gonna get home at 7. She was like, but babe, it's 7:11. It's 7. But I'm not blaming Ashley for overreacting, because men put you in these situations. All of his past behaviors, and what did she call him? Inadequacies, whatever she called his, you know, cheating scandal. Though that's why she's worried about where you are. It's 7:11 and you said 7 o'clock. So yet again, this is your problem, Michael. You caused these issues. And later on, when we see after the commercial break, she does talk to him. He calls her back after seemingly hanging up in her face. He's like, I get it, I'm sorry, I know you miss your baby, I know all the things, and as soon as, you know, I get home, I'm gonna call him, FaceTime him with you. I don't think he said that part, but that's what I got from it. I think that Michael's reaction to the situation when he was like, you know, I can't do this, I can't be molested, I think this is a direct reflection of why he was so apprehensive about having a baby with Ashley. And not just with Ashley, just having a baby in the last quarter of his life, period. Because, you know, when you have babies, you are responsible to them, you are accountable to them, you have to be there for them at every moment, at every beacon call. You are there for that baby. And he's in his last quarter, and he's white, privileged, he's rich, he's not used to having to answer to anyone, much less somebody in diapers, child. So, you know, this is a big adjustment for him, and I'm glad that he saw fit, that he loved Ashley enough to go ahead and have a baby. But these are the things that I feel were, you know, bothersome for him when he decided to go ahead and have a baby. Ashley started crying, child. I just really feel bad for her. And then she started looking at pictures of her baby. Her baby really is, with everything she's been dealing with postpartum, with Michael, that baby does become your security blanket. It's like, all this shit is messed up in the world, but I know this baby ain't messed up until you mess them up, child. So do your best to get your shit together before you mess up your children. Robyn goes to talk to Gizelle, and basically it was Robyn saying, I'm sorry, and Gizelle saying, Helfer, you better not do that again. And then we get B-roll of Candace with these sticky notes, child. Candace needs to cut it out. You are not that traumatized by this situation. Now, I believe now she might be a little scared that she could possibly serve jail time because, you know, Monique has gone and filed a complaint against her. But, you know, honestly, what else was Candace gonna talk about this season? What was her storyline gonna be? Her getting her hair pulled has saved her Housewife of Potomac life, okay? Cause she ain't had nothing else to talk to us about. The singing is boring. I'm asleep, okay? So what else she was gonna talk about? You better be grateful that you got your hair pulled, okay? Karen goes to Ashley's suite, and Ashley's day outfit for the market was so cute. I love the little, you know, blue romper. Didn't like the hair as much, but it was still a cute look. Ashley's assessment was dead on, and then Bravo production is shady, truly original. Played this whole montage of how Gizelle has been attacking Karen from day one. And yes, she is supposed to ask all the tough questions, because as a shoe on the other foot, what you think Gizelle would do? Ashley tells Karen about Michael and how she may have overreacted and all of that. And I'm glad that she feels like she can talk to Karen, because honestly, she can't talk to none of them else. If you tell Wendy, Wendy gonna go tell Gizelle, so you might as well have told Gizelle. I love that Karen listens to listen and not to judge. She may give you some words of wisdom based on her perspective, but she's not going to tell you what you should do. You know what I'm saying? She's just going to support you in whatever you choose to do. And then the women meet for the first day. Now, baby, when you go out of town, I don't know about y'all, but I shop to go out of town. Like, I need to look good, okay? And I'm gonna get my hair done. Giselle looked it like, hey, all you cool cats and kittens. She was giving very much Carol Baskin with that ugly ponytail, okay? But I loved Candace's little suit, the little short suit, and the platform wingtips. It was a look. Like, Candace looked good. Candace is doing international vacation the way the girls do international vacation, okay? Like, get your fashions together, sis. Robyn asked the women if when they get in the, I don't know what you call those, lift cars, whatever. Robyn asked the women if they're satisfied with what Ashley said as far as her and Michael, and she said she's been through that with Juan. Yeah, but you stole all the money. No. Not saying that's the excuse for Juan, but you can tell her and Juan have been through the ringer with things. Then the women go to have lunch, and again, Karen is not drinking because she's on her 10s at all times with these women, and I don't blame her. Then Ashley goes to the bathroom, and Ashley come back, baby, she pumping. She talking about what? We in Europe. This is legal. It's legal, but it ain't cute. Like, girl, cut it out. Gizelle asks Wendy how her and Karen are, and then all of a sudden Wendy wants to unbutton. Again, like, Wendy, you gotta let it go. You gotta learn how to let shit go, Wendy. I hope when Wendy watches this season back, she realizes how crazy she seems and really gets her shit together, because the shit is too much and it makes you not likable. You gotta let shit go and move on, okay? I think that the women get back, get back into it about Gizelle and Jamal. And my thing with Gizelle is she has an opinion about everyone else's relationship, but hers, you know, for whatever reason, is off limits. And I'm thinking maybe she's protective because of what happened with Sherman. You know, he was really turned off by being outed, you know, scandalized on TV. So him and Gizelle didn't work out. So I kind of get her being protective, but at the same time, if you're going to be protective of your relationship, then you need to get your nose out of everybody else's business in regards to their relationships, you know. And she's like, you know, she talked about Karen because Karen's business was in the Washington Post. Well, so was Jamal's. Everybody knows that Jamal got outside kids, that he's had a lot of scandals in each kind of congregation that he's been in. So, you know, these are apples and apples at this point. We comparing two of the same things. Y'all be in the blogs. So what? Because Karen ain't asked about outside kids and all of that kind of shit, and she could. She should. Okay? And then Gizelle calls Jamal on FaceTime. Okay, what does that prove? Baby Karen said, okay, so you've proven that he lives in your phone. Y'all, give it up for the grind dog, Karen Hugo. Okay, the grind dog is coming with the shit this episode, this season, period, and I'm here for it. Anyway, you guys, that is my recap and review. You know, Potomac is moving along. It's not as exciting as we wanted it to be. Side note, did y'all see that blogger that Candace wished death on, Black Socialites, he died? And I've been all the group chats, all the group discussions on Facebook. No, this is not Candace's fault that this man passed away, but you really got to watch your words. When you wish death on somebody and they die, you got to feel this goddamn big, okay? And she should if she don't. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching this recap and review. I do these every week, and I'm going to sprinkle in some new content, y'all, within the next couple of weeks or so. Just, you know, my life, shit I'm doing, the regular. Thank you for watching. Subscribe right now. Thumbs up. Give me a like. Let's build this community, especially if you enjoy it, and I want to bring you guys more and more content. Looking forward to the new year and continuing to be consistent and thorough. So love you guys. Leave me comments. Let's talk about it.